Man, they fucked up Jafar in the live action Aladdin.
What, did you watch it?
I saw the comparisons, you know? I saw how he acted. I watched the music numbers. I watched the scenes with Jafar in them.
So you watched
illegally
the
on
movie.
YouTube. That's okay. Yeah, that's basically the same thing as watching them. Basically, you could just fast forward through any scene where just Aladdin and the genie are talking and ad-libbing their lines, and it's fucking awful.
Ugh.
Like when they spend a minute and a half talking about jam.
Now, you guys might think that we all sync this shit up and we're all here at the same time. Fucking false. I was out getting us some new sponsors. This one brought to you by Natty Light Seltzers, Catalina Lime Mixer.
I'm sorry,
Is it actually called that?
Yeah.
The Catalina Lime Mixer? Yo, I've been playing, there's a character in Grand Blue Fantasy Versus named Catalina, and every time I fight her, I can't think of anything but, like, I'm getting put into the Catalina Wine Mixer.
Pow! Pow!
It's like I get knocked down, it's just like, shit, I'm in the Catalina Wine Mixer.
Pow! Pow!
She hits like a fucking truck, dude.
Is she the one that's got Tims? How many characters in that game got Tims?
Gran. Just Gran.
Is that the one who stomps?
Oh no, Vasaraga, if you're counting the step forward from the big guy, you could give him Tims. Those count.
God, I wish I had Tims.
Speaking of Tim's, it's Arrival, a Dungeons & Dragons roleplay podcast.
Patton could have Tims.
I mean, canonically, like, everyone could have Tim's. Like, they're just, you know... We could have gone to
get some...
You could have a flashback where, like, everybody goes to a shoe store and finds some really high-quality shoes and like, wow, these are great. I love walking around in these Timberlines. And then now just everyone is wearing Tim's. Please draw all Revival characters wearing Tim's from now on.
6'2", 6'6" with Tim's.
Yeah, man. I mean, they were in New York.
Yeah, we didn't mention it in the first few episodes because we didn't find it weird. Literally everyone was wearing Tims.
Everyone's wearing Tims and a Yankee. I mean, they did start in New York. They are New York dudes.
Red, if you actually look really close, he's not on a gold hoard. It's just all Timberlands.
It's all Timberlands.
All the way down, it's all Tims.
Dead, and I cannot stress this enough, ass.
Dead ass.
All right, speaking of ass, what were you doing?
Haha. Well, when we last left our heroes, you all had, last time on Dragon Ball Z, a strange light had appeared out of the ground. Will Goku and his friends be able to survive after they investigate it? I don't know, find out.
No, let's just go home.
Is this the Nintendo RPG moment?
Yeah, you guys
game
just
over.
choose go home, and was just like, all right, game's over.
Go shoe shopping.
I always respected Nintendo for doing that.
Yeah, the game just becomes about you guys finding new Tims. You're just like, Michael can do his shit. We don't care.
I
We
don't
always
care
stress
anymore.
that we can take this story wherever we want. I think we all know where we're going.
I think if we're going straight to Timberland.
Oh, dude. Oh, awesome. Anyway, let's what's in this cave?
Yeah, let's go into this
Okay.
cave.
All right. So, as you guys go to investigate the cave, presumably,
To look for Tims.
there's a bit of an uproar. You know, everybody's crowding around. The big old fungal golem is stepping back and looks concerned at the sudden beam of light.
Oh, Specky is huge now, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, we already established that.
I'm just letting everybody know again.
Yeah,
Big
Specky,
cat.
Specky big.
Big Specky.
Specky, by the way, Specky still just kind of has a roughly circular head with that really simplistic little face.
But he's just swole now.
He's just big.
How does Mavala Jr. feel about this?
Mavola Jr. is very clearly aggressive.
The pizza's aggressive.
Mavola Jr. does not like this.
Tough shit.
Change makes them uncomfortable.
Deal with it, nerd. Specky T-poses over Mavala Jr.
Specky could. That would be possible. Anyway, you got a bunch of your spider folk, crowding around, and as you look down into it, you can see a large, ornate door that is very clearly glowing. It's pretty massive. It's like 15 feet tall by about 20 feet wide, big old double door with no apparent handles, like doorknobs or anything like that. And it's inside of this cave system that just opened up. Very dank. A bunch of spiders skitter around as you guys start to go down there. That
What's
seems
with the-
people,
why
a
is the
decent amount of
spiders?
them went there.
Why spiders?
It's been spiders this whole time, man.
All right,
This
so
is
I'm
like
gonna-
this is one of the spider holes where the spiders hang out in.
I
You
don't-
fucking read a book.
All right, so Jerry's gonna saunter on up to this door. He's feeling pretty good. 'Cause,
Why?
he didn't really get. Well, see, I didn't get stabbed. I didn't have to get seriously injured and all that, so I'm feeling pretty lucky.
Not yet.
I'm thinking like Jerry's thinking back to these spider people looking up to him as like some sort of king, and he's just like doing a landscape of everyone's roles in this scene. He's gonna say to Zep, I'm just like Aragorn. That's my ghost army.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it like a point of order. That I'm going to be upset
I knew this might happen.
I was close to vetoing that one.
if Jerry has canonically read Lord of the Rings and is allowed to make Lord of the Rings references, but
He
I
saw
can't.
the Peter Jackson
I can't.
movies.
Yeah, who the fuck reads books?
Hey, Michael, do you remember Arkansas?
Yeah, fair,
Fuck
fair.
you.
Order in the court. Objection overruled.
I'm upset.
Lord of the Rings reference sustained.
Yeah.
This is how I'm gonna start DMing from now on. I'm just gonna act like a courtroom
Just start
judge.
banging a gavel just on the microphone. Just really fuck up the audio.
Yeah,
So
man.
I'm just gonna say that to Zep. And I'm gonna open the door because I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling
All
lucky
right.
today.
There's no hinges.
How are
He's
you gonna open
push
this
on it
door?
or something?
Just gonna walk up to him. I'm like Aragorn and push on the door, and it just doesn't
All right.
fucking move.
What are you doing? You're pushing on the door? You're gonna jump down into the cave? You're gonna push on the door?
I'm gonna jump down in the cave.
I mean, I guess
All
we're
right,
just
what are
gonna
you
have
doing
to
to the door?
like follow him down there because this seems to be more of John's Jesus shit.
I'm gonna follow Jerry down there, and I'm gonna say, "Lead on, Aragorn."
I'm just trying to get a handle on what exactly Jiron is currently doing, because he just jumped down there first. You say you were going to try to open the door. Are you actually going to try to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's no hinges or anything, but I'll attempt to push it and just see if that works.
Okay. So you put your hands on the door. It lights up gold, flashes. You feel like you can't really move your hands off of it. And then you guys just see from the cave hole, you've got like the cave hole, you got the door.
It's
and
called
you
an
got the
entrance.
cave behind it. It's called the cave hole. Shut the fuck up.
It's called Cave Hole, where spiders live.
You guys see Jiron fly back at about, 15 miles an hour backwards from the door further into the cave. I'm like Aragorn. Brant. As the door pulses gold again, red, and then goes down.
Okay.
See? Professional door opener. Just gotta dust myself off.
I don't think it's open. I think it just said no.
Well, you think it said no. I think it said Jerry.
I don't think it said Jerry.
Yes,
Well,
Jerry's.
how about you try and open it, John? What are you, some sort of chosen one? Ugh. I'm just gonna saunter off.
So, what exactly did the door do?
It just went back to looking like a normalized door.
Jerry's not feeling so hot anymore.
Well, I'm gonna say, well, I guess I don't know. Is John gonna go and try to push on? Because I was gonna
Fine.
say all four of us. We're probably gonna just straight up. This probably looks really heavy. Just bare basics. Not even getting into the mystical religion-y stuff like teamwork or whatever. It just looks like a heavy door. So I'm just gonna try to push it with John.
I'm just gonna hang back a little bit. I don't feel like getting zapped 50 feet.
Seems like an odd plan, but okay.
Okay, so John puts his hands on the door. The thing flashes gold, and then just kind of stays gold for a bit, but it's not doing anything.
All right, I'll take my hand off it. I hope John doesn't get shot against the wall.
It holds gold And you guys see John start to glow a bit,
Oh boy.
but it's still not quite opening.
I guess I'll put my hand on the door.
Then as you guys hear that first, before you have really any time to do that, you can just hear a voice from seemingly the door to John. Speak what I am.
Ajar. The door is ajar.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Pat gets shot from the door across its wall.
Well, John?
You're the first seal.
It opens.
Now, John, I did not know you were a marine biologist.
Shut up, Jerry.
Shut up, Jerry.
So on that awful beat, you guys...
You can go in first, Jerry.
You can see inside is just pure pitch black, but before you really get the chance to step inside, you hear the sound of some tires screeching and a gunshot and a lot of screaming up top.
That's either bad or very good.
Was that the battle going on up above?
Oh, there was just one gunshot.
Oh.
Let's go check it out.
Okay, so you're gonna scamper back up?
Yeah.
Yeah, just real quick to take a look and see what's going on.
All right. So, sword fully aflame,
Okay.
gun in hand, you see Michael standing there in the middle of the field with being flanked by these spiders and some of the elves. As you can now hear as you step out of the cave, tell me where he is. Oh,
Seemed kind of angry.
Oh.
hello there, John.
Howdy.
Been hiding pretty well, haven't you?
Hey, you certainly took your time getting there.
He's going to bring his gun back down. So he's going to motion out towards the trees, and you're going to see the remnants of his crew step out. All of them. In particular, Azrael is clad in like pure black armor, covering his entire body. And his scythe is just kind of phasing in and out of reality, seemingly.
Was he in white before? I don't remember.
Well, yeah, he's a huge-ass Goliath with very pale skin, like chalky pale skin.
That's right. Yeah.
As he steps over, places a hand on Michael's shoulder, shakes his head, and Michael seemingly calms down. And you can hear Gabriel and Raphael begin singing behind him. We can't play anything because, copyright strikes are great, but if you can find a good recording of the Battle Hymn of the Republic, good time to put it on.
Just get a really shitty MIDI one that would go on a Nokia cell phone.
As they go on with the "Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord," you can see the horde behind him start to phase in those same robes.
We should probably go finish the seals thing, like, quick.
Michael tilts his head back and joins in, and they skip a couple of verses straight to the last. As you hear the sea start to roar behind you and waves start to become massive, in the beauty of the lilies, Christ was born across the sea, with a glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on. As the horde of his followers sort of spontaneously explode, mostly.
Yikes.
Seemingly just falling over, and these gigantic spectral, like, cherubs essentially form out of them and begin flying around, causing untold chaos.
I'm going to pull out the walkie-talkie, and I'm a radio to Casey. I'm just going to say...
You on the radio immediately, you can hear them singing.
Oh.
you can hear the same singing through the radio, and immediately what you're going to see is you're going to hear a loud screech and everything stop as in Raphael's arm you're going to see a large axe. And then out of the woods you're going to hear a gunshot. It's going to ping against the axe, dislodging it and kind of ripping out a big old chunk of flesh as Casey and all of the crew, including your fun, bright-eyed little interns, bust out onto the scene.
I forgot all about them.
A horde of those cherubs descend on him and look like they're right about to smash into Casey, who is just standing there, like, perfectly still, as you're going to just hear a thunk and an explosion from a grenade launcher.
Very cool.
Those fools.
As you're going to hear Molly rush out of the trees. Casey, you dumb fuck! What are you doing? Without even moving, now just like covered in soot, clearly can't open his eyes right now. My name is Casey Jones. Time to die, fuckers.
I'm just gonna yell into the radio. Send it!
He's gonna look right over to you, just smile, as you're gonna see the white teeth through like the pure black soot on his face.
Uh-oh.
He's in drow face. That's not good.
Shut up, dude.
He's just covered in gunpowder. As he's going to rush in and shout out to you guys, we got these guys, you focus on Michael, hell yeah!
Yeehaw, Casey.
Let's go back into the cave, please, now. Yes? Okay? Are we good?
Immediately you're going...
Yeah, good ideas, Elias. I'm just gonna toss
You're
the
going
radio.
to feel the ground shake as a small earthquake is going to just erupt with some like plant-like tendrils grabbing at legs and smacking cherubs out of the air. As you're going to see Belle now in full like witch attire with a little cauldron, like a little handheld cauldron, just dumping stuff into it, casting it all over the place. From behind her, you're going to see DB step out in a full-on, like, suit and tie with a leather duster, aviator shades, and just two gigantic Desert Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
Fully customized, as you're going to see him just immediately vanish and then just show up right behind Michael and take 3 shots that are going to ping off immediately. You're going to see him look like frightened and then disappear again as he just starts teleporting all over the place, basically. Just popping shots. And then you're going to see the trees start to bend out of the way as you hear a massively loud roar. Like an incredibly powerful jet engine from the trees, as you are going to see a roughly man-shaped missile climb high into the sky, stall for a second, crash down, and he's going to go for this full superhero landing like I meant to do that. As you're going to see a man in full metal armor, like head to toe, full bodysuit, with 2 massive chain guns on his arms. As his helmet visor is going to pop up, he's going to look over at John and just mouth, "It works." As the visor is going to slam back down, he's going to fly straight up into the air and just start spinning.
The guns
I'm actually pretty sad we're gonna miss this action.
I'm going to...
Yeah, he's mostly spinning from the chain guns. He very clearly can't control them very well just yet. As you're going to see another axe just lodge into somebody, Casey run over, just drop kick them, grab the axe, and just start shooting.
I'm going to yell at the interns, if you live, you all pass.
Brandel has full-on Rambo ammo, like those bandoliers, and he's got a knife in his teeth and war paint. And he just excitedly waves at Elias He has a very large gun in his hand.
I didn't give the interns guns. They're supposed to share.
You see Mavala in the tree line with what appears to be more displacer beasts, as she's going to whisper down at them and just point. And they move in perfect sync and just start ripping shit apart while being completely unseen.
As we're running back down into the cave, I'm going to take out a bunch of vials of spores and just kind of toss them, and then have Specky detonate them in midair to kind of put down a little barrier for our escape as we try and buy some time to get down in here.
Yeah. And the last thing that you guys hear as you rush down is the sound of a massive fucking hammer slamming into the ground. Just over and over again. And then one last from KC, just going, some of this elf shit ain't half bad. It looks like they've got this pretty locked up on the front.
I mean, for now.
Yeah.
But we need to...
But there's way the fuck too many of these crazy ass, and when I say cherub, I mean, like the terrifying ones, like the
Ones
actual.
that got too many eyes.
You should use seraphim instead of cherubs.
Okay.
Cherubs are fat babies with little bows.
Well, they're not, but
Debate me.
Them babby.
I'm like 99% sure seraphim are the warrior kind.
Elias is leaving these clouds of spores behind us. Patton's using his patent pended MacGuffin measures to just throwing rusty nails behind him.
Like, there's probably a mix, but I'm talking like the multi-headed man, lion, ox, eagle face things.
Yeah. Was it the Jewish angelic hierarchy?
Just all a bunch of screaming heads. Some of them got some big-ass swords. Some of them are just cutting shit with their wings.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Actually.
And as you guys are, I'm assuming, rushing down into the seal, you also hear a very loud draconic roar.
Aw, man.
Yeah, shit's
Now I'm glad.
shit's popping off.
As we're running down, I'm going to turn to Elias. Elias, I don't know how good of a teacher you are at this whole nature shit, but you really taught those students how to have a thirst for blood. Props.
I mean, shut up, Jerry.
Hey, man, teaching murderers is definitely a skill.
Just get into the fucking cave.
So, as you guys rush into the cave, it's entirely pitch black. The second you all walk through the door slams behind you, and instantly all of the sounds outside just end. Just nothing. They're right above you, and you should be able to hear them, but there's nothing.
Wouldn't it be real convenient if Michael just couldn't find his way in here?
I mean, I'm pretty sure he had his eyes on you the entire time.
No, it's fine. We left some spores and rusty nails. There's no way he can catch up.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not the
And
trap
The door's
guy, so-
closed, right?
Yeah, the door
Very.
slams behind you. All right.
We're fine.
So, what is going to follow from here is not really a skills challenge, but kind of a skills challenge.
What?
It's more like a
Okay.
curated skills challenge. You're not going to be rolling fucking initiative.
As a player,
got an order.
I feel like this is railroading, and
Judge!
And as DM, I'm going to say shut up. And if you don't shut up, I'm not giving you a ride back from my grandma's house
fuck
where we're all playing.
in quarantine. Yo.
So,
I mean, by the time this episode releases, the virus will probably be over. So,
or it won't.
oh,
Monkus.
God damn it.
This is so Papega.
I hate this.
Which one is
All right.
Papega? Is that the racist one? I don't know Twitch emotes.
No, Tryhard is the racist one.
No, it's not. It's just fucking Trihex. People just use it to be dickheads.
Yeah, it's
Back
racist
to
according
the
to
game,
Twitch.
shut up.
Anyway, so yeah, we were doing like this like finale thing to like
Yeah.
4 years of work.
Look,
Let's
man.
keep talking about Twitch emotes instead.
Look, man, it's not my fault that he said fucking Monka S in the middle of a fucking thing.
I mean, you just implied. Whatever.
Okay.
dude.
Jerry,
Shut
that
up.
is so not poggers.
Edit this out.
Pepe
It's actually
hands.
pretty weird, champ up you dude.
I hate this.
Cave
Okay.
collapses, we all die.
I'm tempted. But no, I got an order in mind because, like, I wouldn't be able to
Yeah,
reasonably.
it's a finale. We'll go with the,
I came up with a bunch of shit, and it kind of relies on there being an order. So there's a fucking order.
It's like that
Okay.
one boss from
Okay.
Donkey Kong 64.
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of things in a revival that are like Donkey Kong 64. Like things taking too long.
Shut up. Everything is pitch black in front of you. You can't see shit. On the ground in front of you, you start to see a small golden path light up, like a little meandering, very small path. And you get the distinct feeling that if you step off of it, there isn't floor.
Maybe we should follow this path, guys.
So as you start walking, you can start to see more and more as you see that you're seemingly in a cave that is much larger than it should be. You look up and you look down and you just see 300 or so feet into nothingness. You can just
Cool.
see cave walls on either side. It's like you're in a massive dome. And you can hear some like screeching and wailing beneath you, and a light sort of like a horn tone or like a above you.
I'm sure that's not biblical at all.
Feel like it's pretty biblical.
So I know
So-
it's not like
So
like okay.
you just give me a fucking second. God, you're always rushing me.
I want to talk about stuff.
Suka
This is fun.
Flit.
Okay, then go for it. You got time.
I mean, not right now.
I mean, no, you got.
Got your ads.
I'm sorry. So, about like a couple 100 meters in front of you, you can see a small circular disc floating in space with a podium on it, with something on top of it that you can't quite see just yet. So, if you would like to discuss things in character, now you can.
Hope I don't got to make any public speeches.
Hey John, I read a little bit of Revelations on our way here. You saw me doing that, but I have no fucking clue what these seals are all about. Could you just help us out with the first one, and maybe we'll get rolling from there?
You know, I'm sure everything will be clear in time. God's got a plan. He knows what he's doing.
Okay.
You say as a rock falls from underneath your foot and just tunk, 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 and you just hear a from beneath you.
Don't want to step down there.
I'm just gonna like pat his chest. I was like, "This is one of those blind faith things that we've done before." Gotcha. We should be fine then. I'm gonna walk towards the podium.
Okay. So, yeah.
It's my turn,
So-
right? Or for whatever.
No.
No? Oh shit.
Well, I mean, yes, but no.
Sit down, Jerry.
Okay. I just don't want to like uncurate this shit.
Yes. Right. So, anyway, yes.
What's going on?
God damn it. Okay. So, you guys walk up, you can see the podium, and God, this fucking bothers me that you guessed that.
It's a podium.
I mean, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Unless you're going to give a biology lecture.
Okay, fair enough. That's a fair association to make.
That I guessed it was blind faith.
No, you guess it
Well,
was
like you're
for
going to
you.
give some sort of a press thing or something.
Oh.
Okay,
It's a podium.
So
Well, it's just
you
like
guys all walk up.
podium.
You walk up to the circular disc, right?
Mhm.
And as the three of you that are not Giron walk up, you can see Jerry sort of walk like he's in a trance up to the podium, and on top of the podium is a crown. A golden crown with some inset jewels as you see him walk onto the podium and grab the crown and then vanish.
Neat.
God damn it.
Well, I guess we don't have to deal with Jerry anymore.
Every time.
That's a pretty good plan, God.
Okay, so
Jerry disappears. John looks up and goes, "Thank you, God."
my child,
What if we
My
just took
child.
the Jerry?
I have spoken. That guy, he was a real dick. I got rid of him. You're welcome.
Amen, Father.
Right. Anyway, so Jerry, you're holding this crown in your hand. You look behind you.
Mhm.
Behind you, all you see is a room of a fairly ornate-looking, like, hotel room. In front of you, you can just hear the roar of a crowd. And in the crowd, you see a bunch of spider people. You see a bunch of regular people who are not spiders. And on all of them, you can see the same mark on your chest
Mhm.
that then goes down their legs and onto the ground. You can see the spider web of these red veins through the crowd on the floor or on the road that are just pulsing. And each time it pulses, you can just feel the energy. As you hear, you see them have banners with your face on it. You hear them shout out, "God of truth, light bringer, bane of evil, we praise you."
Zep? You know...
Zep is not there.
Oh, this feels bad. Just gonna look around. This doesn't feel right.
So, what you feel immediately is that if you put on this crown, you become a god. You become the things that they're saying that you are.
Ew, no. Jerry wouldn't want to do that. Because that means
Why
that...
not? It seems pretty good. Seems like a good deal.
I mean,
No, because,
Jerry
like-
has literally lied about a bunch of shit.
Well, it's not only that, it's that if I become what they're saying I am, then I'm not staying true to Jerry. And that kind of contradicts everything Jerry's about, because his self is his most important thing.
Jerry's not a god. He's a simple gonzo journalist.
And
Okay,
like,
so
I'm not...
as you're doing that, you're thinking that, you're feeling that, and you can see the connections to each of these people, like one by one, start to sever as you see the faces of those people in the crowd start to fall and just look concerned, like sad and desperate and concerned.
And I'm just going to look out into the crowd. I'm going to drop the crown. And I'm just going to say, you don't write my story. I'm the storyteller.
All right. So
That's kinda
as you
sick.
do that, you see the connections all sever immediately.
Mhm.
As they all look at each other and look up to you. And as things start to fade, you just see immediate, sudden, chaotic violence erupt.
Okay. Wait, no.
The city square that you're in, a fire comes out of one of them. You see just the first gunshot, and you just hear the last person with a connection looking back up at you, and they just look up at you and just start screaming for help. Tell me what to do.
Figure it out for yourself.
As all you can really hear is screaming, and the entire town square just becomes slick with blood as you fade out.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? It's not Jerry's problem.
So, as it fades out, you're going to see a figure in front of you. This about 40-foot tall, faceless man in robes. And he's going to look down at you Why didn't you help them?
Because society shouldn't be reliant on kings and gods or anyone to tell them what to do. They should find out for themselves, and when it's all said and done, they can be judged.
Why don't you give me a diplomacy check?
Oh, okay. All right.
What is this, Shin Megami Tensei?
Or if you could spin this into a bluff, that also works.
Bluff God.
I mean, it's very on point.
I mean, just in terms of not metagaming here, like, how would this, if this was a bluff, how would it be spun, do you think?
I have no idea. Figure it out. You were the one just talking big game saying figure it out. And now you're asking me for help? Wow. Hypocritical much?
Well, like,
You piece of shit.
Well, like, would you want me to add on to that, or would you want that
It's not
statement to
Dan's problem,
stand
you
as a
figure it
bluff?
out.
That's not Dan's problem.
Figure it out.
Jesus Christ. All right.
No,
You can't expect that to not get immediately turned on you.
Yeah, if it's a bluff, he's gonna be like, "Hey, what the fuck?" No, Jerry.
So
would,
yeah, just
Jerry would believe that. It's like they
all
should.
right. Then give me a diplomacy. That was you were attempting to be genuinely truthful.
All right. Like, I haven't done diplomacy in so long. Here we go. Whoop. Does a 16 diplomatize God?
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, you're going to just feel this faceless entity in these white robes just look at you. A god of lies would be more fitting.
Ooh.
As you snap back.
Do I feel like any physical?
No, everybody else still just sees you holding that crown.
Hey guys, I don't think I did it right.
did what right?
There was a whole challenge. I had to talk to this guy in a hood. Hey, maybe I'm not the best one for this.
All right. As you say that, behind you, you see the gold path start to rebuild itself. The path behind you breaks, and a new path starts to form in front of you, leading up to a very large, ornate gate again.
Seems like you did just fine.
Sure.
Oh, shit. Accidentally smacked my mic. 1 second.
I wanna
It
smack
sounded
my
like a basketball.
Charles Barkley emerges from the second seal.
We're about to start basketball again, and what was it called? It was there was a name for it. Shit. I think it was just Ballmageddon.
Yeah, Ballmageddon.
All right. So this
Patton prepares the chaos dunk.
Warning. Warning.
Chaos dunk detected in local area. Seek shelter immediately.
So this gate you can see is red, just pure dark red stone with some like black swirling like filigree.
Okay.
And as you approach it, it starts to glow. It swings open, and you just hear, "Come and see."
Oh, I don't like this.
As you step in, you are immediately in a small forest. It is dark, and you can see a faint fire in the distance. If you look behind you, no door behind you, you're just in the middle of a damn forest.
All of us?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
What do you do?
Well, let's go check it out.
All right. So as you guys walk forward, who's taking point?
I mean, it's a forest, so I would imagine that Elias takes point.
Okay. So
At least until we see what's actually going on. Because, I mean, to be fair, forest is a pretty generic setting for anything to happen in.
yeah. It's very dark, but like, you know, like the sparse sort of forest that's just like very close to a town, right? It's not like you're in some deep woods. It's, you know, sparse trees, maybe a couple of squirrels here and there.
A handful of squirrels.
So what Elias sees as you start to get closer to this fire is that it's actually a burning building, and you can see a couple of figures run out of it.
I'm going to start running towards that.
Okay. So, these figures are then immediately tackled by these massive figures, and you see them bring down something on top of them as your ear-piercing screech. And as you look forward at John, who is rushing forward, he's not wearing his cowboy hat and duster and all of that stuff anymore.
What?
He's got on some leather pants, a sort of like chainmail vest, and in his hands you see this large, blood-soaked battle axe.
Oh.
This
oh.
distresses John.
Yeah.
And that's what we see as John's running towards there.
Yeah. John rushes forward, quickly goes out of sight.
And next we see he's
right there in the middle of things. You're pretty far out. Like, it's going to take you a bit to reach him, but he just zips right there. So, John.
Yeah?
You find yourself walking down the main road of this small town. That axe that you have lights on fire. And right in front of you, you see a warband running into buildings, kicking down doors. You hear the sound of metal meeting flesh, and then the sounds of those homes being lit on fire.
I'd like to start yelling things.
All right, what are you gonna yell?
Very specifically, I'm gonna start yelling, "Hey, what are y'all doing? Get back here! Quit that! In the name of the Lord, stop killing!"
One man is going to walk out of one of these burning buildings, carrying the corpse of a about 6-foot man, human, and he's carrying it on the end of an axe, as he's going to chuck the body towards you, look up at you, just kind of tilt his head. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Get to work!
This ain't no way to live.
You got your orders.
I'll give you some orders.
As
Knock it
you
off.
see his light, as you see the flame light up his face, it's Lazarus,
No.
younger.
No.
As you're going to see him grin and just run back into the house and just hear screaming.
I think I need to stop him.
So, you feel the axe, and it just pulls you towards a house that is not on fire. Like, it just turns towards there, points there, and you just hear, resonating in your mind, kill, bring peace.
Resonate this. No.
All right. What are you going to do?
How strong is the desire to kill?
Oh, very.
Okay.
Like, this just feels like absolutely, like, right? The thing you should be doing right now.
Is this the part where I hold on to endurance or roll endurance to hold on to the teachings of Christ and maybe not murder people for no reason?
That sounds like a good roll to me.
Okay, because that's what I would like to do. Excuse me while I get my many dice out of my dice bag.
You got metal dice? What was that?
15 on the die.
Oh, that's
27.
going to be good enough. Okay. So, you feel yourself being drawn towards the building. You resist. You can see Lazarus walk up from behind you, walk through you, just like physically phase through you. And as you look more closely, you see the buildings to your left and your right have disappeared, and you just see the house in front of you is a small cabin.
I'm gonna yell, "In the name of the Lord, Lazarus, stop. You don't want to do this."
He's just going to turn back at you? Who in the hell is Lazarus? As he's going to kick the door in, and you're going to hear just screaming as everything fades out. So, as you guys are all running towards the town, the fires suddenly put themselves out, and all you see is John back in his normal garb, standing in front of this small cabin with 2 graves in front of it. It's the same cabin that you saw before.
Cat,
I am-
goddammit, get out of here.
Very cool.
Excellent tension break.
Very cool. I am going to stand solemnly and weep a little bit.
All right.
Press X to cry.
So, you're going to see the house in front of you. So, the door into this cabin is going to glow, and is going to turn into a black, sort of like obsidian door. And on the door, you see the image of a scale, like a measuring scale. Old-timey type.
Okay. Like what? Like the classic like judgment nonsense thing.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
the fucking sword and scale thingy.
It's going to swing open, and once again, you're going to hear, "Come and see."
All right. I guess Patton will go in.
All right.
Why not?
So, Patton walks in first. I'm assuming with the rest of you guys following, maybe John hangs back for a second.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I'd go ahead and follow.
Yeah. Probably
Okay.
me, Elias, John, Jerry.
Okay, so Patton walks in. Everything is dark, and you hear that like soft, like what's that? Like ramp up hum of a fluorescent light turning on, as you see a massive sprawling room open up in front of you, and as the lights just flick on one by one by one, and you just see hospital beds, and on top of each of them is just piles upon piles of bottled water, canned food, and bottles of medicine. As
Stacked
you
up,
see,
just being stored here. Is there people
Yeah.
here, or is it just all storage?
at the far end, you can see a man holding his back to a door, like bracing it. And out of a side room, a nurse runs in blue scrubs. Looks like she hasn't slept in several days. And she's going to turn to Patton. "Doctor, we don't have enough supplies. They're going to break the doors down."
Well, we gotta hold them back, right? Whatever. Who's trying to break in? Who's trying to take it all?
She's going to, like, tilt her head and look at you. "The pandemic. There's no food, there's no medicine, there's no water. People are going crazy. We need to ration it. You need to make the call."
Make the call for what? I mean, we got stuff here. There's people outside.
"There isn't enough here for all of them. What do we do?"
Toss me some numbers here. What are the hard numbers?
The hard numbers are we have about 5,000 people outside, and we have enough supplies for 500.
Okay. Alrighty. Let me do
And-
some numbers.
They won't be able to split it and survive.
Okay. Transportation. What can we do with transportation? Can we get people from here to somewhere that does have the supplies?
We're the only place that has supplies. Doctor, are you okay?
No, I can figure this out. Just give me a moment. Okay. All right. So if we quarantine, how does a quarantine sound? Can we? How long? What's the treatment time?
They
here?
already broke quarantine. They already broke quarantine. After they started dying in their homes, they left.
Okay. All right. I just need a little bit more time. I'm gonna think this one through.
We don't have time.
Okay.
Who do we give supplies to?
We give supplies.
We need to decide.
Okay. Patton's gonna like take out a coin and like get ready to flip it and just kind of keep it there, trying to think. He's gonna kind of pace back and forth. He's gonna kind of walk over to the entrance door.
We can't prioritize the old and the already sick. They're already on their way out. Do we save the children?
Do we Patton's kind of pacing back and forth, back and forth.
As you hear the knocking on the door, like the pounding, get louder and louder.
Patton's gonna see if there's a window he can look out to see who's out there.
There's a window that you look out, and the rest of you guys can see this as well. But you're in sort of a, like, you ever been in one of those rooms with a one-way mirror?
Mhm.
You guys just kind of found yourself in there with a set of 3 chairs in a sort of surgical observation room. Above, as you see Patton scrambling. As you look out, the sky is blood red with just this black, crackling storm cloud rolling through. And each time that lightning strikes, you can just see these filthy, like, disgustingly unwashed people with sores all over them just screaming. They look thin. They look thin and weak.
Patton's gonna be. He's doing his thing. He's thinking. He's pacing.
Doctor.
Okay, what if? No, that won't work. Okay, but what? No. He's kind of ignoring the nurse. He's just going back and forth in front of this door. Now, is it just this? Is this like barred? Does it got like a bunch of stuff put through like the hands, like the grips?
No. Like, you're the room that you're in is pretty high up, apparently.
Oh, so I'm looking down. Okay.
You're looking down at a massive crowd. It looks like you're on about the 4th story.
Okay. All right. So Patton flips his coin, right?
Mhm.
Flips his coin, keeps walking. It kind of lands behind him, and he kind of calls the staff over to him. All right, I got it. All right, listen, here's the plan. All right, everyone come here.
Yes, Doctor.
All right, you, come here. We're going to go over this way. And I want you to grab these. I want you to grab these chairs. I want you to grab these beds. I want you to bring them over here.
All right. As the nursing staff scrambles and moves the beds over with all the supplies.
All right. Now here's the plan. And then Patton just kind of takes the stuff and throws it right out the window.
Doctor!
Keeps grabbing, goes chair to chair, throws it out to the crowd. He's got little bro, littler bro. Like, he's using every single one of his drones, every one of his little dudes to try and like ferry him just down there, just as much as he can, just indiscriminately.
You're going to see the nursing staff just slump over on the back wall as one of them, young man, is just going to scream out, "You just killed us! You just killed all of them!"
Yeah, you're kind of right about that, aren't you? Patton continues his thinking, but his eyes are shut off now. He's not responding. He's not acknowledging as they're all yelling and berating him.
Yeah. So the rest of you guys in the operating or the observation room are going to see the door break open and this horde of people just wash in, start grabbing things, ripping at each other, and you're going to see them overcome Patton, and Patton's just going to disappear into the crowd as the door behind you starts to glow. And again, you're going to hear, "Come and see." This one is green.
Jerry. Oh, that's the me door. This must be my door.
Yeah, no shit.
Leave behind the Dr. Patton Normstrom Center for Dubious Medical Conditions.
We're going to walk up to the door.
Move on
Okay.
to the Elias Adelhelm Center for Doobie Medical Conditions.
Doobie.
Dab.
Very cool.
So you open the door, you guys walk in, and John, Giron, and Patton are on the ground in a small clearing surrounded by mushrooms.
Oh boy.
Little mushroom people with little arms and legs. They're just walking around, having a good old time. You see a couple of them wave at you and they start to waddle up, and then they look up into the sky, and you guys see a gigantic, like, couple 100-foot tall Elias.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Hi.
With a massive Specky at his side.
Okay, good thing you said Specky.
Shut the fuck
Like,
up,
shut
Dad.
the fuck up.
Dad. You should have let that crowd tear you apart.
I was trampled to death, thank you very much. I didn't even have to roll to be trampled and killed. I didn't even try to like bluff or diplomatize a person. I'm just like, yeah, you're right. Kind of fucked that one up.
You guys see a bunch of fungal tendrils coming from his hands and like legs connecting to the ground. In these just like what to you guys look like gigantic like pipelines, basically. They're massive. And you see them start to they're spreading just all across everywhere that you can really see. And these like little fungus people are coming out of a house that has a big ass tendril on one of them, as you see a larger fungusman pop out and seemingly call for the little ones to come in as they all scamper inside. So, Elias,
Yes.
you can see, looking down, hey look, it's your friends. Oh shit, it's Specky.
Look at him go.
And you immediately feel that you have absolute control over this area.
Oh, like through the tendrils, just
Absolute control. Like, you see a couple of birds fly up and you can see a very small, like, wafer-thin tendril sort of floating in the air behind them. You can see the trees and you can feel every tree. And you know that just with the snap of your fingers, you could kill or sustain any of them.
huh.
Huh.
How many of us are going to become God in our current situation?
Clearly not me.
It's almost like that's a recurring theme or some shit.
First things first, I guess that kind of removes all distinction between everything. So it's all essentially the same organism, just kind of faking being everything else.
They're just connected to you.
Yeah, but that's the same thing. I mean, it's
Nah.
it's
It's less that and more that you just have a line to them and you could kill them
right.
if you wanted.
But total control is the same thing as total, like,
If you do nothing, they'll just continue to act out as they will. Natural selection will just take place normally, but you can influence that.
then there's no
You
need
can
for me
cull
to
things.
be but then there's no need for me to be this giant god thing. If I'm just going to sit there and do nothing, it would just be pointless. Like, there's no way to learn anything. I'm just going to sever the connection. This seems like some
right.
kind of bullshit.
Breaking from Dr. Elias. Plants suck.
Roll me a nature check.
Nature. All right. That's going to be a very low roll on the die.
Yikes, guys.
Wait, what?
Yikes.
We just redid my stuff, but I think my stats are the same, right?
Yeah.
19 total.
Oh my. So you just start to rip out these tendrils, and you immediately feel just uneasy and uncertain. You see those little, like, fungus people in that little house, and you just see a massive grizzly stalk out of the woods and just start moving towards the house. And you also see Specky shrink in size, and behind Specky you see a massive panther start to move forward.
I mean, the temptation to influence nature or control nature kind of goes against my entire point, which was studying it.
Right. And as you sit there and study it, you just see this like idyllic little farmhouse get ripped to shreds, and Specky gets dragged off into the woods.
That's some pretty cool nature.
In the far distance, you can just feel immediately as the connections start to sever one by one, you can just feel some of them rot off and die as species just become extinct, one after the other.
I'm going to keep going. I can't. If I control all of nature, then nature ceases to exist.
All right. So as you sever the last one, you find yourself falling into the woods. And as you look up, you just see that you see like the college in front of you, sort of overgrown and filled with small animals. And you get this immediate sense of dread as you see mountain lions and bears and tigers all swarm out with just dead elves in their teeth.
Ooh.
That's some pretty cool nature.
As they turn, smell, and look at you, the last thing that you're going to feel is you're not at the top of the food chain. And as you hear the roar of one of these tigers as it just rushes to you, everybody else is going to see that that little mountain home, the bear, or that little like tree home. The bear is going to rush out, covered in a little fungus. The door is going to slam shut, and you're going to see the door once again glow.
Are we all back together in the room, or?
Oh, hell no, you're getting mauled by a tiger.
Oh, I roll to not be mauled by tiger, please.
Nah, that's just happening.
Oh, cool.
Can I roll to have not been mauled by tiger?
You guys don't even see the dude.
Okay.
He was just giant, and then he wasn't giant, and now he's getting mauled by a tiger somewhere.
Can I use my Dr. Patton's patent-pending anti-tiger balm? Tiger balm's a fun thing. It's a real thing. It's very cool.
Fuck! How does he do it?
Here, Elias, here's some cream. Just throw it at him.
Hold up.
It's not
Is that
happening.
even a thing?
Well, I was gonna make a quip.
He's not going to do some layups. We're all throwing this around like a basketball. Elias just getting mauled by a fucking tiger.
But it's not. He doesn't actually have balm. He doesn't see me being mauled by a tiger. It's. This is all. Visions.
You say I don't have balm, and that is a fucking
Listen,
lie,
we're playing
Elias.
Whose Line Is It Anyway with our mortal enemy up top fighting and probably killing our friends. It's reasonable. So anyway, I intercept the tiger bomb.
Yeah. All of this bullshit was completely out of character. It didn't fucking happen. So, the door opens, and immediately in front of the door, you can see Elias, like on the inside of the door, just kind of standing in the hallway.
Huh. How'd you get over here?
He doesn't respond.
Cool.
Hey, Elias.
He just kind of seems to be frozen standing there.
Well, I guess we gotta go through the door.
Now hold on, John. Let's rethink the strategy.
All right.
Hopefully don't start saying come and see again.
It doesn't.
Let's think of how we've done so far. I don't think any of us have had a pretty positive reaction whenever we come out of our designated hallucination.
I feel like doors keep opening, Jerry.
Maybe we should do some teamwork. You know, we're undefeated at teamwork.
That ain't true.
I mean, it's kind of true. We are still technically alive.
We're also technically alive.
I think maybe we should keep moving.
You're fucking frozen, dude.
Yeah, you're frozen. Chill out.
By the way, when they walk through, what do you want to be doing as you just kind of, like, you go from being mauled by a tiger to just kind of standing there, so what are you going to be saying or yelling?
Oh, fuck, get this tiger off me.
I would probably just yell for Specky.
Okay, so the door is going to swing open, and you see Elias, like, fall over and start yelling for Specky, who is going to run out from behind you guys and immediately, like, tackle Elias and just kind of start, like, trying to calm him down.
Oh,
You've been in a coma for 9 years. Try not to panic.
Meow.
Oh.
Meow.
Everything seems under control in here. Good teamwork, Jerry.
Specky is going to put a paw on Elias' shoulder and raise the other paw and just kind of slap him.
yes. All right. I'm here.
Shake the shoulders.
I'm
You're being
back.
ridiculous. Here, have an Elias snack.
Well, that was certainly an experience.
Did you win?
Yes, in a manner of speaking.
Oh, good. So
Told you.
one of us finally won. Maybe we don't need to do teamwork.
All right, so as you guys walk in, it's a pale white, like, oval hallway, you know, with one of those semicircular sort of ceilings.
Mhm.
With just a bunch of plaster imagery of angels and fire and people burning and demons and big, massive stained glass windows.
What is on the stained glass windows?
Oh, well, nothing for very long because they start shattering.
Neat.
And through the windows, you're going to see a town square just filled with people covered in blood.
Cool.
You're going to see a small town just swarming with these orcs with massive axes and swords, still hunting down stragglers who are now calling for help. You're going to see a hospital overrun, just teeming with these people as like there's just bottles of medicine strewn across the floor, getting trampled, water starting to pool on the ground, mixing with blood, as people are diving to grab food and then immediately getting trampled.
Could have done that one better.
You did the best you could, Batten.
And you're gonna see like a big ass ocean with some people sort of swimming in it, like kind of like dead bodies floating,
Oh.
and just a bunch of
Those are two different things.
I was gonna say, we did pretty good on
like
that last
they're
one.
treading water, but kind of like laying on their backs, like barely able to keep up, and just a shitload of dead fish and sea life.
Are they
Cool.
doing the thing where you take your jeans and you make like a flotation device out of them?
Sure, why not?
See, I know things.
Thank you, Batten.
And you're going to hear from all of them in unison, "How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth?"
John, input.
Yes.
At the end of the hallway, you're going to see a light come on, and you're going to see a massive, massive dragon asleep. It's red. Hey, John, you got a sword in your hand right now.
Oh, okay.
It's on fire.
Sick.
You see Emily sort of shaking Red's head, crying, just shaking him. He's not waking up. And you hear a chorus from the windows shouting, "Slay the serpent. Slay the serpent. Avenge us."
Whoa! First off, who the fuck are these people?
Is he still breathing? Is he like?
Seemingly. He's just not waking up.
Do I have to break out the serpent smelling salts?
I mean, I say we just keep walking. Like,
I don't think it's on me to avenge anyone. That's something the Lord
So-
does on his own time.
As you guys walk up, Emily doesn't even, acknowledge you. She just keeps shaking Red.
It's gonna swoosh right by you here. Just
Can I
gonna
see if I can wake Red up?
all right, here we go.
Hey, Red, you alright, buddy?
No answer.
Oh, that's concerning.
I don't imagine it is red. Pretty sure he's up top, probably doing something, getting up some kind of shenanigan,
Oh, I'm sure.
or not. I'm not sure if he's even here.
Still kind of concerning.
So, he's asleep in this, circular room, sort of like an auditorium, and, or an amphitheater, and in the seats you're starting to see, ghostly apparitions of just horrifically maimed people looking down, again just calling out, "Slay the serpent," in an echoey chorus.
This whole thing is just really heavy.
Yeah, no shit.
It's kind of the end times, John.
Yeah, but it's kind of scary.
So, what are you gonna do? There is another door at the other end, but it is currently closed. The door has a small image, like it's brown at the bottom, then green, then like dotted with a couple of trees, and then the sky is black with red stars.
I ain't the vengeance these souls are seeking. That's what my gut's
You're
telling
going
me
to just-
anyway.
You're just going to hear the souls screech as they vanish, and the screeching then turns into a rumble as you see the door shift off axis. Like one side of the door is going to go higher than the other as it just kind of cracks, just like an earthquake, and you're going to see a red moon start to form on the door as it swings open.
You know, a little part of me wishes these doors would stop opening.
Haha.
Well.
All right.
Do I have a sheath to put the sword in?
Yes.
I put the sword away. Let's get moving, guys. I have a feeling we have 2 more challenges to overcome.
Is one of those like Witcher ones that go across the back? Because that would be pretty cool.
I mean, you can't actually pull out a sword if it's on your back.
If the sheath is designed for it, you can.
Yeah, Joe, you actually can't run around as like a half-orc cowboy.
Fuck. So,
This is an entirely unnecessary conversation for this bit right now.
yes.
Because, by the way, as you put the sword into the sheath, it just kind of vanishes.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
That
that's
makes that
bullshit.
easier.
So, at the last, this sixth door swings open, and at the far end, sort of way above you, you see this sort of fragile-looking staircase reaching up, and at the far end of it, you see a gigantic portal. And currently, there's the cave walls around you that then start to just get ripped apart by the portal. As you see just these, comets start to shoot down all around you and start destroying part of the walkway as they go. And the only light is directly overhead, this gigantic red moon. You're basically running through space.
All right, so I'm going to say Ayo, what the fuck again, but at 0.5 speed.
Keep running. It looks like this is, I mean, out of character. These are the 7 seals. In character, Elias.
That's why I said we got 2 more challenges.
Yeah. In character, Elias is just going to be like, this is some John shit, and kind of stick close to John. John.
Hey, Jerry, you said you've been reading. Maybe you could tell us what's going on. Now seems like a perfect time for learning.
Now, hold on, John.
I say as I hold my hat to my head, will I run?
All right, so you guys are now assumed to be running towards this portal.
Yeah.
I'm going to attempt to explain what chronomancy is. Unsuccessfully.
It's about time.
God damn it.
Oh my god! That was such a good one-liner!
This is fucking bullshit pun.
That was amazing!
That was good. That was so good. It kind of hurt me on the inside.
Okay, so you guys are running, and this is the point where
I feel
like the
attacked.
soundtrack would kick in with like the tense violins and cellos and shit, and the horns, as you get like the wide angle, like the really wide shot of you guys running up this staircase that starts crumbling behind you.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool.
And as you rush up, you can't see anything on the other side of the portal, but the stairs are kind of crumbling behind you.
I mean, just keep running.
I mean, yeah, we can just keep going forward.
I will say my plan was not to turn around and run back. So, yeah.
Okay, so you guys rush through, and immediately you're in a pure white void, and silent. You don't see anything.
I'm going to call out into the into the nothingness.
You don't make any noise.
Unsettling.
Are we all still together?
I'm gonna try and
Yep.
Okay.
I'm
Sound
gonna try and
doesn't travel.
communicate via our little telepathy chips.
Doesn't work.
What about patting each other on the shoulder?
That'll
I'm going
work.
to say, are you there, God? It's me, John. I could use a little guidance right now.
No response.
Cool.
No response from God.
I'm going to gesture to keep moving forward, and then I'm going to start walking forward.
Okay. What was Patton doing?
Hold on. The cat is tangled up in my headphones.
Oh, I didn't know that Patton had a cat or headphones.
Patton was trying to get something, but Specky just kept getting tangled up in it. Now, Patton
That
was
makes
going to
sense.
flick through the different vision modes to try and see if he can see anything around here.
Nope.
I'm gonna.
Kind of what he
And
expected.
I could let you guys just stumble around and try and do things unsuccessfully, but what happens is,
I rolled
no matter what you
dungeoneering.
do,
Roll Dungeoneering.
30 minutes are going to pass with just absolute silence.
That's a lot of time.
After a few minutes of stumbling around in the void, I'm probably going to kneel down and start praying.
Okay. So, in front of John, after about 30 minutes, you're going to see a, like one of those curved tables, kind of like a judge table, right? There are going to be 7 seats at it, and behind them, you're going to see just this white light that's illuminating. And these 7 figures are all wearing robes. They're massive. They have no faces. They reach their hands out and turn their hands open, and you can hear again. They're standing in front of a pure, like their table is pure white, and in front of them, you can see 4 small, like, altars.
Do they look like individual altars for each of us?
Yes, that's a safe assumption.
Okay.
I mean, I guess we just gotta walk up, right? This is some judgment shit.
Probably.
Fuck it. If I'm going down, I'm going down.
So, you guys walk up to the podiums. The faceless men all turn and first look at Giron. They tilt their heads, and you see a small ball of lightning form on his altar and start moving towards him. What does Giron do?
I'm gonna turn the lightning part of my gloves on. Just
Okay, you're gonna like try to catch it.
I'm gonna try and hold it out in front of me, so like make like a little lightning little catcher and just hold it out. I don't want it to. I
roll
don't
me
want it to
Arcana.
touch me. All right, let's see. Here we go. How about a 15?
Total?
Yeah, I'm not rolling that hot. Wait, no. That's a 17.
Oh, way better. All right, so you hold out your hands and the lightning just phases right through it.
Oh,
And sort of delayed, you guys see Giron just start to spasm and twitch as the electricity courses through him. It's going to see his like little chest icon turn blue and start crackling and then burst.
oh shit!
And you're going to see Giron just crumble.
Can Patton get out of his altar and go over to Jerry?
No.
Okay. Yeah. That's the result he kind of expected.
You see the floor open up underneath him and the dust just falls away.
Well, this could be, part of the this whole cave is like illusions and bullshit and stuff. So we don't know. I'm just saying.
This is probably the end, Elias.
So, next up, in front of Patton, you're going to see the, like a massive scale come forward that is going to then form underneath Patton, and then you're just going to see above you bodies fall onto the other side of the scale.
Oh boy.
Just humans, elves, spiders, everything.
Patton doesn't try to, like, He's just kind of accepting it, just kind of watching as it keeps piling up and up and up.
Goes higher and higher and higher, and they equalize, and then just more keep going. As it raises you up and up and up, and you guys see a sort of like a white wind or like a golden wind high up in the air above him as Patton just gets brought closer and closer to it, and as his head touches it, he just starts to erode as the golden light just starts blasting him away into nothingness.
Before
Yikes.
Patton disappears into the eternity, he briefly realizes, man, I wish I was paying more attention to see what the value of my life is compared to everyone else's. All right, guess I'll die. See what the exact balance of how many people Pat could get away with killing, but I'm fine with that.
And then in front of Elias's altar, you're going to see just a massive, whale. Like a massive shark mixed with a whale, basically. This
A
weird
shale.
abomination.
Megalodon.
I'm dead. That's right. I can't talk.
Not a megalodon. Like a megalodon the size of a blue whale. Or larger.
A gigalodon.
Yeah. But it's more whale-like than shark-like. It's more like a whale with a shark
Okay.
face.
That's
As
just
it
a
is
shark.
going to... It's different. You know what I mean.
It's a big fucking fish.
It's got the whale tail.
Whales are mammals, you fucking dumb shit. Sharks aren't.
What about whale sharks?
Shut up, Jerry. You're dead.
As it's going
Whoa.
to start swimming around him. And it's going to start getting closer and closer. And it seems to be, looking down at you. And it's going to open its mouth in front of you. And inside, you're just going to see that entire, biome scene that you saw. Everything just starts to rot and die as it chomps down on you. And then, John, you feel like you can stand. The sword is back in your hand. It lights up. They look down at you. And the light from behind them moves forward. It's this formless blob of just golden pure light that reaches out and touches you as you just feel your mouth disappear, your nose disappear, your eyes disappear. You can't see, you can't feel, but all you can feel is the warmth from that blade evaporates, and behind you, you're going to hear a door open, and you're going to hear the golden aura say, "The chosen has arrived," as you fall into the void, and you hear footsteps above you. And that's a good place to end this episode.
All in all, I think we went through that pretty well. I think we did it well, handled each situation to the best extent it could be.
I did fine.
You got eaten by a shark.
I am gonna go be sad.
Yeah, Patton caused global pandemic. Well, he didn't cause the pandemic, but he caused a lot of people
He
to
might have
die
caused
from
the
it. And
pandemic.
that's pretty...
You don't know that Patton
Not
didn't cause the
cool.
pandemic to begin with.
I turned into a fine powder, and now I'm going to inflict as many people as possible.
I genuinely thought you were going to say pickle.
Fuck off, Dad.
I should end my recording right now.
Oh man, if I turned fucking Patton into a pickle, it'd be the funniest shit I've ever done.
Funniest shit.
Ah, that is so funny.
Dude, gamers. You know, see most
Gamers?
people, if they're in a pickle, they're in like a bind.
I'm ending my recording.
But Patton's, get this, Patton's a literal pick. It's the funniest shit. You guys just don't get it. You're too dumb. Your IQ points are too low. Their IQ points are too low. Unlike you, the average revival, a Dungeons & Dragons real play podcast listener. Your IQ points are so funny, you find Rick and Morty banal. You can find the show on YouTube, iTunes, Google Podcasts. There's a Twitter in the description, Patreon, Discord, all that cool stuff. I'm trying a different process to get these episodes out faster by using a third-party volume leveler. Let me know how you felt about this episode. Let me know. Shoot me an email. let me tell you about at gmail.com. Let me tell you about with 3 T's, because otherwise it wouldn't fit. Or whatever avenue you want to bully me with, to let me know that you thought the audio was bad, or that you thought it was silky smooth, or what have you. I hope you had a good night, and we'll see you in the next episode of Revival, a Dungeons & Dragons Real Play podcast.